So just about a month back, we saw the technology stocks in the US, right, all selling down by more than 20 to 30%. Now, of course, for Singapore market, we saw the tech stocks selling off as well. All right, but that was about a month back, and what happens is over the past 1 to 2 weeks, right, there are some signs of stability coming back. And in fact, in today's video, we're going to look at the 3 technology stocks, and these stocks are AEM, Franken, and UMS, which I've covered previously as well. Hey guys, Joey here, top tier advisor in Philips Securities and chief trainer at Trading Impossible. Right? So in this video, we're going to look at these 3 technology stocks again to see where we are and if there are some signs of a good reversal coming back. So over the past 1 to 2 weeks, we saw a bit of buyers starting to come back to bargain hunt, kind of catch the rebound, and a few of them have rebounded. But in today's video, we look at where we could potentially rebound to, and more importantly, what are some of the support levels whereby you can start to kind of position yourself to kind of ride the recovery phase if it were to kind of like recover or rebound eventually, right? So let's take a look at these 3 stocks: AEM, Franken, and UMS, right? So do stick around all the way to the end of this video because I think you're going to like what I got for you. So guys, this is AEM right over here, and it's one of the leaders of the Singapore technology sector, alright? And let's take a look at where we are right now. So you can see that today we kind of closed at about 3.95 right over here, alright? And today is the 17th of March. The market has just closed. It's about 6 p.m. right? So we are currently trading at about 3.95, right? So what happens was, over the past 1 month, as mentioned right over here, AEM kind of hit it to a high of around that $4.80 mark. But then, we saw the US market in terms of the US technology sector selling down, right? We have like many of those tech stocks like Amazon, even like Netflix, Facebook, and all that selling down as well, right? So Singapore, market, we also saw kind of like weakness coming back in the technology sector. So it kind of like broke this $4.50 support level. You can see it was pretty much consolidating a few days from 450 to 480, kind of broke this support, and that's where the selling came back down, all the way until it traded to somewhere around that $3.60 mark. Look at this right over here. So over the past 2 weeks for AEM, you can see that we kind of touched this $3.60 mark, or $3.65. Alright, and you can see that this blue line, the 200 days moving average, is the kind of like a longer term moving average. You can see that prices kind of like hit it to there and kind of bounced off or kind of rebounded from that level. So I would say in terms of the longer term trend, as I mentioned in the previous video, in terms of the longer term trend, AEM still looks good, right? The fact that we are still holding above this blue line, I mean, you kind of hit it to there and rebounded from there, right? So that's a good thing in terms of the longer term, all right, whereby buyers are still here to kind of like defend it, right? And right now, in terms of the short term, look at this right over here. The short term, we might see a bit of probably a bit of weakness, a bit of sideways movement, all right, with this consolidation phase at about $3.80. Let me just go to draw some upside rebound targets right over here. The fact that we have gone above that $3.80, right, that would be the consolidation phase right over here at about $3.80 to $4. That would be the near-term consolidation. Look at this, right, from $3.80 to $4. And what would be the key level, all right, that is kind of like preventing the reversal from happening further, all right? And this level is none other than the $4. Look at these guys. When we broke that $4, that's where selling started to come back as well. $4 all the way down to around $3.60, and right now we are back to that $4. But why is this level key beside it being like a psychological level? Look at this, right, the 20 days moving average, this green line is right over here as well. So that's where I would say sellers are starting to come back up, probably near the $3.95, $3.98. I think near $4, buyers and sellers might start to come back and take some profit. So I think we really need to get past this $4 level. I think if we do see some really good bullish actions coming back at a $4 level, clear up the 401, 402. There are a lot of sellers right there now, but I think we do clear up that $4 sellers, that's where we can potentially start to see the rebound, potentially back to that 440, maybe even towards that $4.80, right? That would be the rebound targets to kind of retest the previous high we've seen. So right now, a bit of a consolidation in the near term, probably from $3.80 to $4, but the longer term trend still looks okay. As mentioned, the blue line is still pointing up, prices are still above the blue line, the 200 days moving average, so we're still looking good in terms of long term, alright, unless we get below that 350 to 360, yes, then we might look a bit of look a bit shaky in long term, but right now you can see we rebound from there, so it looks good in long term, right? But short term, we need to get past that $4 to see the reversal back up. So guys, if you like this video, be sure to give me an early thumbs up. You will definitely help out the YouTube channel, and thank you so much for doing this, right? So let's get on to the next Singapore technology stock that I'd like to share with you, and this would be none other than Franken. So we have kind of like covered it in the previous video about 2 to 3 weeks back as well, right over here, and this is Franken currently trading at about $1.44. So it was quite a good rebound for Franken. I mean, compared to AEM, we are still somewhere, at around that support level at the lower end. But for Franken, we have kind of like seen a rebound over the past 1 to 2 weeks, right? So I think somewhere in February, just before the tech sell-off in the US, we were pretty much consolidating from like $1.35 to 145. So it's like 135 to 145, 10 cents, but we broke. Look at this, we kind of broke. Let me just draw another support line right here. Okay, so this is about a 135 level. So we kind of broke this $1.35 support level all the way, and so down all the way to about $1.20. In my previous video, I talked about this $1.20 being a really critical support level. It was previously the resistance. We broke up. That's where we started to rise up, and we were pretty much back to this support where I actually drew some upside targets all the way from 130 probably to 135 first, then to that 145. So it seems like we have kind of rebounded from this $1.20, right? So this 120, you can see that it kind of coincides with the red line, the 100 days moving average, which is pretty much pointing up right now. Of course, the blue line is pointing up, so the longer term trend, same thing like AEM, the red above the blue, both of them are pointing up. Longer term trend still looks intact, all right, and especially any of those good support levels are holding, like the 120, which we have seen it rebounded from, right? But of course, in the short term, guys, we can still see a bit of profit taking, might kind of retrace back down, and the fact is we have kind of headed back to that 145 level, right? So 145 since like February, we are just below this resistance for about 2 months, and it seems like sellers, all right, are still out to kind of like push prices down, right? There are a lot of sellers from like 145, 146. So I think we might actually kind of probably like consolidate from like maybe like 135 to 145 back to the range we have seen somewhere in February. Here maybe we might consolidate here in this range before hopefully attempting to break that 145 level, right? This level is key. I think we really need to get past this level to see the uptrend continue, all right, and probably more strength in terms of the short term as well, because right now this 145 is still a cap, but it still looks good in long term, right, as I mentioned, right? So yeah, we might actually consolidate from 135 to 145. So near term support is back to that 135, the fact that we have kind of rebounded from 120, right? So this is Franken right over here, one of those really good technology stock in the Singapore sector, in the Singapore market that's rebounded. In fact, it kind of rebounded really fast compared to AEM, which is still pretty much at the lower range. Okay, so the last technology stock that I'd like to share with you with this company called UMS, right? UMS, same thing. We sold off somewhere around February, right, when the US tech sector sold off. You can see we broke this $1.30. So for UMS, we were pretty much consolidating for like a month from 130 to 140, up, down, and then we broke this 130 level, and selling just came back down all the way to around 105, right? And why would this be the 105? Look at this, right, guys? The 200 days moving average is right there at the 105 level. So yeah, in terms of the longer term trend, same thing. We kind of rebounded or pushed away from this longer term 200 days moving average line. So we're below it for like about 3 days, 4 days, and we climbed back up and broke back above that $1.10, and that was where started to see a bit of upside coming back. All right, and over the past few days, we started to see this resistance at about $1.20. Look at this, guys. 120 was the resistance somewhere in August last year. We were kind of like trading below it. That was where we broke up and went all the way up, and right now over the past few days, right, we broke that 120 level again, right? So that is where we are right now. I would say the consolidation phase is right here from that $1.20 to that $1.30 mark. Look at this, is like a 10 cents range, 120 to 130. I think if we do get past that 130, yes, we can potentially head back towards the recent high at $1.40, and it's pretty much back to where we were somewhere in February before the tech sector sell off, right? So this is UMS right over here. So short term wise, right, yeah, we kind of sold off, but you can see we broke back up above the $1.20, and anything above 120, you can see this is the green line. The green line is the short term 20 days moving average. So the fact that we went back up above the 20 days moving average, that is a good sign in terms of the shorter term, in terms of some strength coming back in the short term, all right? And of course, we want to see this green line eventually flatten, and kind of like turn up as well. That is a good indication that, the shorter term upside can continue, and that's where, in terms of the longer term as well, the uptrend looks intact and we can continue to push higher as per these targets, right? So this is UMS right over here. So yes guys, there we have it. We have pretty much covered the three, Singapore technology stocks, which is AEM, Franken, and UMS. I've kind of like covered these stocks previously, a few weeks back, and right now we kind of like done a bit of a recap to see where we are. So I hope you have taken notes of the levels in terms of the potential targets we can head to, alright, and also maybe some good support levels whereby you could potentially time your entry, right, to kind of ride the reversal phase again. Alright, so I hope you like this video. If you do like it, right, be sure to smash the subscribe button so that you will be alerted to any new videos like this. And of course, give me a like as well. It will definitely help out the YouTube channel, right? So Joey here. Thank you so much for watching. I look forward to see you in the next video.